Hello everyone, and welcome back to part number 3 of making a journal. Now, my last episode cut off very, very rudely, and I found out why. I had to do a couple of takes to find out why, and it's because my battery was lasting long enough to show me that it was recording, and then it was dying. So I apologize for the brief but very rude interruption to our Making a Journal series, but I did put some lithiums in today and we're up and running again, which is awesome. So I finished off last time bordering some of the pages, sort of vintaging the edges of some of the book pages, the Joey pages as I was calling them. Oops, sorry. I'm working with my tripod very close to me and I keep bumping it, so I'll have to remember that and be careful. So I was inking the edges and I've finished a couple of them, I think. But today I thought we would go on and do the inside covers of the journal so that we can get ready to sew in the signatures before we start decorating too much. Now I've got some beautiful washi tape. I'm going to run a couple of beads of glue down the center of the spine. This is going to be a one signature journal, nothing terribly big. There's approximately 60 pages in it, so it's nothing terribly big. Isn't it amazing? Your glue works really well one time and the next time it doesn't. And I'm using the Aleene's Turbo Tacky. It's really good stuff. So this washi tape, if it'll stay in place the right way. Now I've glued it because my washi is getting old and sometimes does not stick properly. And I've just remembered somebody said to put it in your microwave for about 10 seconds, and I didn't do that, so my bad. Okay. This one doesn't have to be glued down very strong because I'm going to be gluing the internal covers on these two bits here, so that will stick it down. Now when I glue my covers like this, the inside of them, I do a double glue trick I learned from somebody. I can't remember who, I'm so sorry. But I put the double-sided tape on the very edges to make sure that the corners stay down while glue is drying. Another little trick I learned: if your nails aren't long enough or they're not working properly for you, use a little sharp pair of scissors just to lift up the corner of your tape, and this one's not going to do it for me just because I was trying to explain it. Isn't that always the way? You try and explain something and it never goes the way you want it to. I don't know why it's doing that for me. It worked on the first two because I wasn't talking about it. Maybe that's it doesn't like being talked about. Come on, you get up. Okay, now there's two ways I could do this. I could use a glue stick and go over that, but I don't have the permanent one. I've just got my normal everyday glue stick, so I'm going to use the tacky glue once again and put a really heavy few stripes of it down, up and down the page in little V's, and then I'll go over it as well, just to double check, make sure it's going to stay put. And a little blob in each corner. Now as I press this onto the page, the glue will spread out, so I don't have to worry too much. Now just being careful, making sure that I get it in the place where I want it. Yep, okay. I could take it over to almost the very edge. Press down on the edges so that the double-sided tape takes and holds it in place. while the tacky glue dries. Don't you love that sound? Full of texture. Okie doke. Now to do the next page, or the back page. Get out my trusty scissors again, and this time I'm not going to tell them what they're supposed to be doing. They might behave into it. Might not do. I'm whispering because I don't want them to hear me talking about them. I'm going to start in the middle. Why not? Because I could. I take my backings off before I glue. That way I don't get into a big mess when I am trying to take them off and I've got glue all over the paper, etc. It makes life hard. Glue, 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 glue. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay. And once again, almost to the very, very edge. I made these just to fit inside because I needed the cover to be fairly strong. It's made out of not so strong board from the letter writing pad. So the little box for these two plates inside is going to work really, really well. Now I'm going to let that settle down just by turning it over. I had this almighty thought that I'd put it in upside down, but I didn't. Whew. Let's not go that path again, hey? We can do without that sort of nonsense. And we'll do the same with the front cover plate. Are we having fun yet? I am. I think I might have to get my little pokey tool out. These scissors are not behaving themselves. So, 3 or 4 out there. Oh, I'll get the big awl. That'll do the job. Get the big one. So far, so good. Excellent. If in doubt, get the old girl out. I don't know how old this is, but I know it's quite some years old. And I do believe it was originally a leather awl. I think I might have actually pinched it out of my husband's toolbox. Whoops. Oh, I've got a bit of a burr on it. I have to get a file onto that and see if I can get that little knob off the bottom of the point without making it dull. And once again, the 2 glue method. Lots and lots and lots and lots of glue. It's not going to fall apart. Okay, up the right way. Off to one side because I found the prettiest red and white lace, or ribbon. Lace ribbon, I'm not quite sure. It could almost be a braid. And I'm going to put it down there, because it looks so pretty, especially against the red of the fuchsia. What do you think? I think it looks gorgeous. So I'm going to do that. And I think I will leave that there, but fold it over. Stretch it out a little bit. Oh, cut it off there and fold that bit over too. Where was it? I let it go, didn't I? I let it go. Okay. Bringing in the scissors. Bringing in the scissors. We will go rejoicing, bringing in the scissors. Okie doke. Now I'm going to, I think, do the same thing with this pretty stuff as I did with the paper stuff, and put some double-sided tape down the middle, and then glue down the middle as well, so that I'm making sure it sticks. Because I don't have any Fabri-Tac, I'm going to be using the Turbo Tacky all the way through this. I have found previously that it works on just about anything that you want it to, which is really, really gorgeous of it. I love it. I was always envious of my American friends when they were using it. And I thought, I can't get that, I can't get that. But then, guess what? Australia got with the times, and my local stockist now has it, so I am doubly impressed. And the fact that she got the one with the little standy thing, the flat lid, impressed me even more. Okay, same old problem, getting the backing off. It doesn't want to come. Behave. Come on. Hair off you. Nick off. Oh, it really is misbehaving. The sticky wants to stay on the backing. It don't want to come off. Ha! Convinced it. Started talking about it so it knew it had to behave itself. There we go. Now, fold this little bit down on top of the tape, just to hold it while I glue it. Okey-doke. Got to glue the tips on this one. This end. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. Get your fingers crossed. Eyes. No, don't cross your eyes because you won't be able to see. Just cross your fingers and your toes. Ugh. And what does she do? She sticks her finger in the glue. You twit. Okay, one bit there. And the other bit. Not quite there. There we do, yes. Now watch this little trick for you. Wipe it on your mat and then rub it in. And it dries immediately. That looks pretty in my opinion. Very, very pretty. I'm liking it. And I forgot to set my timer again. Oh, Ruth, you're not thinking. I'm sure this series is bound to have lots and lots of bloopers in it. And because I haven't learned how to edit yet, but believe me, that's coming, one of my boys is working with his brother, and they're editing their own tapes, their own videos. So my youngest one is going to teach me how to use his program. So I'm quite excited. I'm going to learn how to edit. Woohoo! I can tag it on my bloopers. Hey, guess what? If I do that, you're not going to see any content from me because everything's got a blooper in it. I don't know how to make a video without a blooper. I really don't. Okay, now because I want that to stay put, I'm going to turn it up that way, and I'm going to stick a little pot plant on it as a weight. This sits on my dining room table. It's a pretty little succulent that one of my girls gave me. So that can sit over there while we muck around with some other stuff. Or no, actually I'm going to show you what I've been doing. Not just for this journal, but for others that I've got in progress as well. I had 4 or 5 little doilies, and I think I have destroyed them all now. They were little round ones about this big, and they had these little pieces. I think it's called Battenberg, but I'm not 100% sure, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But they had these little ones designed all around the edges of the doily, and then there were little flat pieces in the center. So what have I done with a little flat piece? I know I used one. Oh, I've lost it. Oh, no. Huh. That's it. I'm done. I'm cooked. Oh, well, we'll find it later. But getting back to what I've been doing, just a little piece of leftover scrap paper, music book, the inside of the doily. Actually, no, this is another piece of another doily. It was a placemat for the table, and it hadn't been completed, so I cut up the corners of the design, and I thought the insides would look nice as backing, and then I did glue it, but I stapled it as well just for added interest. So that can go into a journal as a tuck spot or a little interest spot. I also put some onto normal size cards, now what are these called, Project Life cards. I was given a stack of them, and some had sayings on them and some were blank. So I've decorated once again a little green card, like very similar to that, and I've just stuck it onto there. Once I had collaged with brown paper, a pattern book, a little piece of my colouring, and a little Aussie tag on that one. Then there's this one, same process, decorated plain card. Added the staple to there because I already had 2 here on this particular little piece of card here. So I thought, right, 3's good. 3's not a crowd where this is concerned. And this one will sit up this way because I put the Aussie legend there. These are going into the boys' scrapbooks, and I'll tell you about those in another video. So that will go into one of their pages. So that's those 3. And what I did here, I've got business cards that I embossed and then coloured over, and I thought, right, these would look really lovely. If I tear them in halves long ways, I can put a piece here, piece there, some pretty paper, another card there, and onto a Project Life card. Great journaling card. Or a focal point on a page if necessary. And the same thing with this little bloke. I love owls, and he's a snazzy scrappin' stamp. No, he's not. He's Lavinia. I beg your pardon. What am I saying? He's Lavinia. Snazzy scrappin' sell Lavinia too, so I'm not wrong. Okay. Get past it, Ruth. But that's those 2 little cards there, and they're all basically following on from that. That's where I got the idea from to start with, and I thought, right, they'd look lovely on those. Now, for my fuchsia book, going back into this particular journal, I made a little booklet out of leftover papers that I had. These are cut-offs that I had from another project. So I stuck I didn't stick it on anywhere. I left the white border around this particular picture, put the word love that came out of a magazine onto that, a little tag. It's a sticker. The music sheet goes in there and some extra little pages of writing. And to close it up, just a tag with an office clip holding it together, and that can fit into one of the pockets. Also, I made a taller one, once again using a large photo. I didn't want to put these into the book as was, because there's a lot of fuchsias in there already, but I just love fuchsias. And this one only has 2 or 3 pages in it as well. Same process, music on the back of the photograph, a sticker tag, and I folded that in half, so it's the one sticker, and I've just folded it in half. So that can go into another pocket, to one of the bigger ones. Now I did, no, that's not them. Okay, this is one of the cards that I did. I've coloured the edge, and it looks okay, but I'm not 100% sure on it. I think I still prefer them to be plain pink or mauve. I don't know. I think that the vintaging just spoils it for me anyway. So that's what I've done there. That's as far as I've gone for now. And I will next time sew the signatures into the book when it's 100% dry, and I'll get back to you on the next video. Thanks ever so much for watching. I do hope I've given you something to think about for your own journals. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would love you to catch up with all my bloopers and all my silliness. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now.